Hi, welcome to Dice Control Dojo. I'm Phil and I practice every day and share my tips so we can all get better at the casino. Join me today where we're talking about dice spotting. So today's discussion is, are we going to hit that landing zone perfectly? And I want to show you my tips on how to make sure we're doing that. So we're 22 days away from our casino adventure, and I'm very excited to see how my throws have been doing. And join me at the end. I have a story about my live casino throw that I did yesterday, and I'm very excited. We're doing it in the afternoon, so sorry for the sun. Hopefully, it's not distracting you. It's not the 4 a.m. ones. And I am talking today about tweaking. So we're 22 days out. I'm not doing any major changes in my throw. I'm almost 6 months into this practice of a new throw, and I think I got it down. Now we got to put it to the test in live feeds, which I've been doing too. So join me at the end of this so we can talk about what that looks like. So I've been trying to sharpshoot. So now we're at the point where in the practice where when I go to a casino, I practice a dead cat. I try and get my 9 spots down during my practices, and then I use the beanbag. You've been seeing the beanbag all week to see if I land on it. But if I want to get really into sharpshooting, and I've done all my practice for my placement, and I'm nice and warmed up, I should be trying to hit this target. And what I have here is a laser that's pointed exactly where I want it to be. So I have a little laser pointer that's pointing right at the zone I want to hit it at. And now remember, I'm doing this with centrifugal force. I'm not aiming. I'm aiming at it. But what I'm trying to say is the arm swing and the throw should just be aligned with that, and it should hit that target. And you have to make sure that the centrifugal force is releasing and landing where you want it to hit. Now, different casinos and different tables, I'm trying to hit it about 2 inches from that back wall. Some, if they're bouncy, you want to hit it a little closer. Some places are dead, and you might want to hit it a little bit back at a different angle. But you have to try and practice those. That's why I do those 9 spots, so that I can hit different zones, and my targeting can be narrowed down a little bit. So with this table, this is my table, and I'm used to it, and I'm trying to hit this target right here. Now, we're not going to hit it exactly each time. If you can, that's fantastic. I want to throw with you. But if I can get in the zone of that target spot, I'm going to be very happy. And what does that look like? So when you're throwing, when I'm throwing, remember, I've changed my throw a little bit from straight on here to a 45-degree angle. And what that does for me is gives me my good eye. I'm left-handed, so my left eye has a better sight. I'm straight on looking down this aisle here, and I can see the zone where I want to go and where that target looks like. So with my muscle memory in place, I shouldn't have to worry about any of this. At this point at the casino, I should just be looking right at that live target where I want to hit, and it should be within a zone of that. So I'm really looking forward to sharpshooting, and you have to practice this, okay? Because every table is a little different. The bounce is different. If I need to come back a little bit on it, I can do that. If I have to come in at a sharper angle, I got to practice that. So you got to have to be able to be an adaptable when you're going to Vegas, or in the different casinos aren't going to be this layout. It's going to be a little different, and you got to be able to see what's going on. So that's why when I talk to you, look at some older videos and I dead cat stuff. The whole reason is so I can see what that back wall, how far away it is. So my first throw when I'm at a casino, my first 5 throws is getting to know where we are. So I don't make any bets. I just kind of put a pass line bet down, And then I'm just sitting here trying to dead cat and then trying to pick my 3 different zones on if I have to go out, in, middle. Because remember, some people could be putting some chips down in different areas, and it's going to cause you mayhem and foolishness, and you're going to have to get around that, and that's fine. So what we want to do is try and make sure our major muscle groups are finding the spot we want to throw at. It's very important that you get a good eye on where you're throwing, and then getting your zone down so that when you're really throwing on the next round, say I throw the 5 count and then I start making some bets and everything's fine. But then my next round, I should have this target down. And my muscle memory should remember what that looks like going forward. And see, I'm coming within range of this. And that's when you're able to target that place. And if you're hitting that spot, it should, if you hit it consistently the same time over and over and over again, you should start seeing some really good results with your dice, laying down and sitting. As always, just remember this is still a random act of, we're just cutting down the percentages of us throwing a 7. We're not going to do it 100% of the time. But if I can just cut those odds down just a little bit, and I have a little bit, make it even Steven with me in the house, I'm happy with that. But we're humans. We're not machines. We're going to make mistakes, and you got to live with those. But if I can cut this out by just a little bit, by working on targeting my zones, getting to a new table, figuring out where I want to throw it and how I want to throw it, I think that's going to be the best option for us to make some money. So I'm very happy with the consistency. 2 times a day for the last few days. I'm starting to feel very good about myself. So here we go on to I talked about it the other day. Our casino is giving us free bets, $50 free bets. Then I put $50 on the pass line with they go to the, and they give you a piece of paper. We put it down there. So the other day, put the $50 down on the pass line. I put I brought $20 with me. Put a 5-5-5 on the all tall small, and I put a $6 horn high yo dollar ace deuce just in case I hit a crap while I'm throwing. I wanted to make some money back so that I could keep throwing on a crap throw and not waste my $20. So sure enough, I go out. I'm at this table, and a dude is here, and he's throwing, and he is doing pretty well. So I'm not messing with his mojo. I just kind of put my chips down, and I just kind of sit back, and he's throwing pretty well. He did a pretty good job. So much so I put a $15 come bet out, and I won it. So I was up $15, and I was like, okay, I'm good. Now I have a $15 play with my $20. So sure enough, once he 7'd out, after he threw a while, it was my turn. I get this up, and sure enough, so I didn't do I'm not going to do with a free throw. I'm not going to do my dead cat and then my 5 throws before I put up. I have $20 and I have a $50 free bet. Plus, I could go I got a prize too for just showing up in the middle of the week. So I was very happy about that, and got the prize. And then I get up here, set my dice, put the money down, and in my first throw, it was a craps. It was a craps 3, which I had $2 on, made $30. I lost my $50 pass line, but I made my $30 and put that down. So I put a $15. Now I have 15 in my rack just in case, and I was able to throw for a little bit, just throwing, and it was weird because I threw like a 4, a 5, a 6, then a 9, a 10. I wasn't repeating. I was starting to fill up the all tall small, so I was getting a little happy about that. But then I hit my point, made another $15, came back down, put back up um, put up my 15 again, and then the worst thing happened. And I think I've talked about this before, but here we go again. Some dudes are at the end of the table. On my throw, I go like this. I go to throw, and I'm looking, and there's a dude. He has his hands right here on my backswing, and I threw it, and it landed. This was the third time that these dudes at the end of the table were putting their hands down making late bets, and I was pissed because of course I sevened out, and then I'm done. I made like I lost like $10 or whatever, but I was like, thank you. I go, guys, could you keep people's hands off the table? And the box guy goes, yeah, that's a good idea. And I'm like, well, it's too late now. So I was mad and I went. And then I'm thinking to myself, am I an ambassador to this sport? I am not. That wasn't a good deal. So I went and found those guys. They were down trying something. They were trying blackjack. And I went up to them and I said, hey, I apologize for getting upset. I wasn't upset with you. It was, you guys don't know you're not supposed to put your hands on the table or make late bets once I have the dice. It's a responsibility of the house to do that and the dealers. And I said, I just wanted you to know I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at them for not controlling what you were doing down there. And they're like, no, thank you very much. I'm like, hey, please do the sport. It's fun. Learn more about it. So hopefully these guys decide to play again. They were young college kids just trying to learn how to play. And I totally screwed the pooch on that one. So my first free bet, I won a little bit of money off of it. I got a free prize. I was probably only down $10, so the prize was probably worth 30. So I'm up 20. I'm going with that. So hopefully I get to that in the next couple days and get to tell you my next experience at the live table. In the meantime, we don't talk about my betting strategies, but I know that if you learn how to dice spot and get those dice exactly where you want them, you're going to throw for a long, long time.